Greetings, my beloved people. Welcome to another episode of Clear Thinking with Brother Dulani. This episode, we're covering global geopolitical politics. We're covering the implications of Donald Trump executive orders and the effect it will have on African people, particularly Africans in America and also other non-European or non-white people in the Americas and elsewhere in the world. I particularly also want to focus on the new structure. I would say the vicious and the devastating side of imperialism, a side that many of us are not accustomed to, a side that Malcolm X have spoken about one side that smile with you, pretend that they're with you, they love you, and the other side that tell you exactly how they feel about you. There's always been two faces of imperialism. The side that we have become accustomed to is the neoliberal side where they talk fancy language and they pretend to be your friend and they tell you that the world is going to be better and they come across as the paragons of virtues. And then there's the other side. And the other side tells you that we don't care for you. We don't want you amongst us. We don't want your present. We want to exploit you. We want your resources, but we don't want your present. We don't want you mingling with our people. We don't want you to start to interbreed with our blood and our daughters. We want you to stay where you are. We stay where we are, and we can try to work out something. But it's going to be an exploitative relationship, whether you like it or not. That is the side of imperialism that we see now manifesting itself with the present and the presidency of Donald Trump. As you may be aware, the oligarchies, the robber barons of the criminal enterprise of America, all the multinational, well, I wouldn't say all, but most of the multinational corporations are lining up themselves behind Donald Trump administration. We see many of the technological companies, the high-tech companies, the heads and the CEOs, the board of directors, they're all lining up behind Donald Trump, and Donald Trump is appointing his friends, his cronies, and, to many positioning within the government. We're now going to enter a phase of the weaponization of the state apparatus, the weaponization of government institutions. And my concern right now is the effect that all this will have on African people, Africans in America, also known as Africans American. Because the Africans in America have been making inroads, they have fought and they have secured many rights, and they have made political, civil, and economic gains within the criminal enterprise of America. And now these conservative neocon forces are coming to restore the old order, the order of white supremacy, or the whole order where everybody know their place and their place is at the top. And you better submit yourself and get along with the system or get out the way or you'll be run over. So they're coming and they're playing with it. Now, a lot of gains, a lot of institutions, a lot of Africans institutions have gotten a lot of contracts, a lot of jobs for many of the skilled professionals amongst our African brothers and sisters in America. A lot of those gains will now be threatened. A lot of people will be losing their position, losing their job, losing their contracts. A lot of schools will be reorganized, and a lot of the information and knowledge in the books that has been written to show the appropriate history of America, all of that now will be in question. So my concern is, how will our people fare? How will we be able to cope, and how will we be able to survive the oncoming onslaught from this president and what he represents? So we have to keep an eye on that, and we have to show solidarity with our brothers and sisters in America who are fighting for freedom and development, and trying to preserve the gains that they have made since the civil rights movement. From matter of fact, from the first, the anti-enslavement movement, the abolitionist movement, to the Reconstruction era, up until the civil rights movement, a lot of gains have been made politically and legally in America, and a lot of those gains now will be threatened by this new administration, because they want to roll it back to the founding fathers, how it used to be, and that is their aim. All this stuff about diversity and equity and inclusion, they don't support that. They're telling you, stay where you are, we stay where we are, and let's see if we can work it out. So that's where we are with this newer administration. So make no mistake about it, we're in for a rough ride. But now we know where we stand. A lot of the executive orders that's been produced has been very negative towards non-European people and foreigners and immigrants in America, as we have heard, starting with the renaming of the Gulf of Mexico. That has been renamed the Gulf of America by the president. That's his attempt. I don't know if that's going to fly internationally, because no one country can just name a body of water. There has to be a consensus. But anyway, the real impact, the immigration policies, it is my understanding that there's a report coming out that there are 2 planes being denied landing in Colombia, because he want to start the mass deportation of people out of America, and the Colombian government has refused to allow those planes to land. And I guess that I heard also that Donald Trump has threatened the Colombian government with tariffs and sanctions, and to deny them visa access to America, and amongst other punishment if they don't allow the planes to land. It is my overstanding that the president of Colombia has sent his own jet to pick up his people from America. So let's see how that works out. But that just goes to show you, these people mean business. They're vicious. They're callous. They're ruthless in how they feel about you, human beings. They don't care nothing about you as an African people, as a poor people, working class people. They will be attacking, stripping back the rights of working class people. So expect it to get rougher as we move forward. So as we keep analyzing these forces, we see the oligarchies now. They are consolidating their power. They're coming together to make all kinds of policies to be dictating to the financial markets, dictating to the stock markets, to the economy, how they want to see things. And what we see now is the rise of global monopoly capital, where they want to monopolize capital, and they want capital to be centralized in the criminal enterprise of America. That's where they want the global capital to flow primarily, and whatever trickle down. But primarily right now, they are talking about concentrating the gains from all the technological advancement towards the criminal enterprise of America. So let's look out for that and position ourselves to take advantage of that. Now, as we know, last year was a big year for the billionaires. The billionaires have done so well last year. I think they have increased their financial situation by maybe $1 trillion or $2 trillion. Just in 2024, I think they have created an extra 204 billionaires has been created. further enhancing the inequality that exists amongst our people. And by the way, let me explain something to you about a lot of these billionaires that have been created. 60% of what they're gaining is inherited wealth. Wealth that they have inherited from the enslavement and the colonization of the world. Colonization of America, colonization of Africa, Central and South America, and also the Caribbean. So let not be under any illusion about what has happened. These people have raped, pillaged, and plundered the world, and now they are inheriting and passing on this inheritance to their offspring. So their offspring will be inheriting the vast amount of wealth that was created on the blood, the sweat, and the tears, and the labor of non-European people around the world, and the resources and the land that was plundered and captured and stolen in the process. So let's not be under any illusion about where this wealth has come from. The bulk of the wealth that's presently in the hands of the ruling class is ill-gotten gains. So now we have to position ourselves as African people, African countries, Afrobean countries, which is the Caribbean countries, and also our brothers and sisters in Central and South America. We have to consolidate ourselves. This is an opportunity for us to unite, for us to economically pool our resources, pool our finances, create our own financial institutions, and to maximize our own resources. They will be coming after us. None of us are safe, but we have a better chance if we unite together. If we stand together as African countries, as African people, as people of the global South, as impoverished people, as oppressed people around the world, communities of resistance around the world, if we come together, if we unite, we stand a chance of surviving this new phase of imperialism, this rough and nasty phase of imperialism, this ruthless phase of imperialism. So be under no illusion what we're facing here. And many of our brothers and sisters that are in America, there will be a big effort to defund most of the programs that are supported by governments. And a lot of it, unfortunately, a lot of the institutions in our community have been dependent on a lot of government funding to keep them afloat. A lot of that will be cut. A lot of that will be decimated. We know that our historically black colleges and universities and many of our black institutions in America will be under attack, because if you do not submit to the ideological and the cultural demand of the neo-conservative forces, of the right-wing agenda in America, that we should be what they're telling African people, that you should be grateful for your enslavement, grateful for discrimination, grateful for Jim Crow, do not complain, get in line, follow along, we have the solution, follow our solution, and you will be fine. Just copy what we do, become a copy of us, and you'll be fine. We don't need no unique expression. We don't need no diversity in America. We want one culture to dominate, one ideology. You follow behind white supremacy, and you'll be fine. And we know we got a fair share of Africans in America who are shucking and jiving, who are cooning, who are doing everything to please the master. And you see they're getting chewed up, they're getting pushed to the side and marginalized. See, because they think that by shucking and jiving that they will gain something from these people. These people do not care about African people, no matter who you are. And you're going to see that manifest itself. So my message to our people is that we must unite. This is the time we must stand together. more than ever. We must shield each other. We must be willing to finance each other. We must be able to support the institutions them that are educating our children, that are training and developing our people, our children of the future, our workers of the future, our business operators and organizational leaders of the future. We must support those organizations because they will be defunded, they will be under attack. Make no mistake about it. We have to pull together. We cannot be cowering. Now is not the time to hide. Now is not the time to get weary or think that it's over and we can just sit back and just accept this this ruthlessness and just roll over and let them do what they want with our people. They have done a masterful job in their campaign, in their propaganda campaign, of convincing a lot of people to support them, including some amongst our people. They use very emotive language. They have tapped into the religious feelings of our people. They have tapped into the sexual argument, going into, you know, all kind of gender argument. They have tapped into these things very effectively. And a lot of people resonate with that kind of rhetoric about, you know, gay rights and all kind of, you know, sexual gender arguments. They have tapped into that, the religious argument. Now you got preachers and pastors, black too. Africans was saying that God ordained these people. God have chosen Donald Trump, and he's the man of God. And Donald Trump don't care nothing about God. He don't care nothing about the Bible. He don't care nothing about Christian. He only care about himself and how to get richer and how to get the billionaires more billions. That's all he's concerned about. So make no mistake about it. This is all delusional thinking. We're trying to justify the ruthlessness, justify this man's nasty behavior. We're willing to put aside all of the wicked things he have done, all the wicked, the misogyny, the sexual assault and abuse, all of the nasty things he have said about people and their wives, and we're willing to put that aside because he stroked that religious button, that religious flame, focusing on issues that he knows that the religious people then would rally behind. Like anything to do with homosexuality, that get the religious people them on board quickly, align themselves in. But at the same time, the Republican Party is not repealing none of the laws that they claim to be speaking against. They're not repealing any of it. You know what I'm saying? Most of what they're moving on the fringes. The fringes, most of the things that most, you know, reasonable people would agree with, they go out there and they tickle at the edge. But mainstream, they got many homosexual amongst their ranks, amongst their party and amongst their leadership. But they want to go out in the fringe and inflame people's emotions and capture a lot of people. And it's been very effective because they have captured many Africans using that rhetoric. So we ignore what they're doing to the immigrants. We ignore what they have done and what they have said about our Haitian brothers and sisters. We ignore the policies of mass deportation. We pretend like we support American domination by Europeans and that all who don't support America should be mass deported and pushed out of America. We have become an accomplice in these policies by using fringe ideas to support that. We use that fringe because he support these emotional argument. We take that and get blindsided by all the policies that really have meaning and effect on our lives. We got to be careful. We got to be mindful of how we get caught into these positions. That we support the very thing that's going to destroy us, that's going to make things difficult for us. But it gives us an opportunity as African people to unite with each other, to rally and support each other. Now more than ever before in this modern time, we got to rally and support each other. There will be a lot of pain coming our way. And a lot of economic policy will be detrimental to African and global South economies. So prepare yourself, my people. We got to unite. We got to pull together. We got to be in solidarity with anyone and everyone who has been affected by this ruthless phase of imperialism. So thank you very much, my people, for listening to this podcast. This has been Clear Thinking with Brother Dulani. Do like, share, and subscribe, and follow this program. Help me to grow this program. Don't forget to subscribe, my people. It's very important. We've got to get this going. Get this algorithm out there. Get this program out there so I can keep providing you with insightful analysis about our global, national, and local situation as African people. So thank you, my people. Walk good. Ashe Hotep.